Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wayward Wednesdays at Chili Line Brewery. The best thing to do on a Wednesday, the best way to win. This is an open mic for comedy. You guys might not know this. Wayward Comedy is also putting on a show right now at the Santa Fe Improv. So if you hate this and you want to pay $20 to see people who have practiced a lot more, you can go there at 8:30, 9 o'clock. So you get a taste of free comedy and you decide if you want to pay for comedy, right? I think that's a fair deal. My name's Million. I'm your host. And we can just address it. Million's a weird fucking name, right? I see. That's very frowned upon, and you'll find out why in a second. Because my whole life, I was born in Eastern Europe, and my parents, as good socialists, taught me that Americans, you should be careful because they're obsessed with money. And I tried to be kind about that and understanding and be like, that's a rude generalization. And then schmucks like this guy right here, like, oh, like $1 million? Like $1 million of fucking anything, dude. Pick it now. What is it with you people? Jesus Christ. It's fine. I was born in Serbia. Most of you have never heard of that. Some of you watched CNN in the 90s. You guys probably remember. A few of you maybe played Grand Theft Auto 4. Hey, cousin, you want to go bowling? I would squat like this in tracksuits and smoke cigarettes. Genocide, human trafficking, that's where I'm from. You too? Well, I was going to say my country was destroyed by it, but at least it wasn't built on it like some fucking people right now. So that worked out pretty well. All right, open mic comedy, you're going to see a lot of people who do this all the time, who have practiced a lot. You're going to see some people doing this for the first time ever tonight. I'm going to convince at least one person at this table to go up tonight. It's probably going to be you. So just be understanding of that. Realize some of this is fleshed out material, and some of it is just straight up mental illness. Like, mostly you're just going to see a lot of people who should be in therapy but do this instead. And we're not here to judge, we're just here to laugh if it works. So let's talk about me. I'm getting old, and compared to you. There's definitely people in here that are like, you're a young man, you have your whole life ahead of you. That doesn't really feel like it anymore. I can't do things I used to do. Like one of my favorite activities, sitting on the couch all weekend, smoking weed and playing video games. Last weekend I was doing that, and I reached over and coughed and threw out my back. My whole life, older stoners have been telling me, you got to inhale from the knees. I thought that was some stupid yoga bullshit. Turns out that's just good advice. You got to inhale. I have advice for the younger kids. I'm just going to do the rest of my set to you guys. You look like impressionable, and I do. You got to know these things. Like, you have to do enough LSD in high school and in college so that you don't end up 45 years old still talking about chakras like you really mean it. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta get into the stupid things early enough so that you end up being ashamed of them later and they don't become a big part of your personality. That's what you gotta learn in Zen. Or, fall in love if you have to, but don't come crying to me, when she loves you back and makes you want to change yourself for the better and grow as a person and challenge your limitations. That's gay. That's what gay people do. They support each other in a nightmare universe. They pick someone and just sort of stand together until they both grow. Can't help you. I had weird love. It's really weird. Love makes you do really weird things. Did you guys know there's a 7 in the morning? I got up at 7 in the morning today. They have one in the morning. It's not just when you take a nap after drinking all midday. There's one where people are jogging outside. It's fucking weird. It's disgusting. But you can have sex then. So give it a shot if you haven't. I highly recommend 7 in the morning for that reason. It's weird getting older. My mom is getting older. She's gonna be 70 soon. And so slow, her friends are starting to die. And it's that she lost her vacuum cleaner at 14 years. The other day, she had this thing since the fucking Bush administration. It was like an old farmer taking his horse out behind a barn, like, that'll do, pig. She called it. Yeah, it sucks up there. It's a joke. See, that's the thing. Don't come up here and wing this. Like, you want to, even if they're new shitty jokes, you got to write them down so that then you'll know what nobody laughed at next time, and maybe do something differently, or maybe just beat your head against the wall. Some of us are here to do that. And either way, I hope you guys enjoy yourselves. I hope you don't try to talk to the comics, because a lot of them that are good at it, like me, they'll make it feel like it's a dialogue. You don't have any lines. There's an answer to every question they ask you, unless they really want an answer, like, why are you still wearing sunglasses? Do you see anything? Fair enough. Now I'm the asshole. That's how that works. All right. After about 6 minutes of being up here, you're going to see me or Ryan shine a light at you from right about here. That means you have 1 minute to wrap it up, and then you're done. And if you don't, Ryan will tackle you. He's got the shorts for it. He's ready. He's violent. So we're going to get right to it after I've wasted 6 or so minutes of your time. Here is my understated and tall friend, the very interesting Mr. Brian Brett.
Thank you. They say anger focused inward is depression. Well, I'm out of the house, and I'm pissed off. Those gentlemen in the black back there, I'll drink with you later. Let's do comedy together now. I have PTSD, which is just medical jargon for startle me, I'll stab you. Roughly 49 times. Exactly 49. Just rough. A homeless guy caught up to me on the rail trail. He says, "Do you know how to get to the plaza?" I said, "Come on, man, you know how to get to the plaza." It made his day. Now whenever we cross paths, he looks down into the side. And that makes my day. I look like the owl from Harry Potter. Ate Harry and assumed his form. I can fly the distance to the barbecue. White supremacy is believing your complaints matter, Karen said. I say recolonize. Let's do it again. And do it right. What if I told you all the slaves are going to be white? You know, if global warming were real, they wouldn't ask for your help. They'd fix it, and you'd probably never know. Has anyone asked you for your help to get to Mars? Who's measuring the farts of global warming scientists anyway? Nobody. I go to church once a month to remind myself how good of a person I am. I sold my car to buy crypto. I DoorDash in the metaverse now. Not all crackers are white, but the ones that are should be taken off the shelf. My eyes hurt so much lately. I've been walking around with them closed. Blind men are starting to notice. One smacked my ass with his pole. Also, I quit weed so I can get one of those fancy jobs that checks if you're a drug addict. I'm applying to the USPS. I want to join the war on terror, and it's the only background check I can pass. Now that I'm sober, everything in my life is just more stable. I go to bed every night with the same headache I wake up with. Everything is too loud. My appetite is consistently poor. I think it's possible we're not bullying school shooters enough. Because it takes a lot of self-belief to think you can pull off a mass murder. I say we redistribute the survivors of school shootings around the country. Because kids are not going to go through that shit twice. Those are the children that get the guns. Every classroom should have one. Let's treat them like the heroes they are. All right, I'm a motherfucker, but I'm monogamous. Thank you guys, I'm Brian Brett.
Brian Brett! Okay, so remember how just a few minutes ago we shine a light go for 6 minutes? Turns out there's 7 of us on the list, so just fucking keep going until you can't take the silence anymore. That's pretty much what we're gonna do. This is gonna be like survival comedy. And you know, hopefully it's interesting. So give it up again for Brian. He has, what are called meetings again, Brian? Like Thursdays? If you want to pray to Brian to your God and get him elected to city council, you can meet with him on Thursdays. Give it up for your next comic, who is dressed like she's going to some sort of summer prom. But it's not about you. She just wanted to feel like she looked nice. It's not for you. Give it up for Isabel Nett.
Yeah, Milligan, for the record, the story about the outfit was that I was going to do a completely different set, and then I got here and I was like, never mind. So that'll be next week. I just drove back from California. I was in a couple shows in LA. But I was reminded how much I fucking hate driving. And I love it, but I also hate it. I mean, I'd be perfect for LA. I'm kind of a masochist. I have a lot of road rage, and recently that was triggered. I saw a bumper sticker. Again, it's triggered by the tiniest things. I saw a bumper sticker, and I pulled it behind someone, and the bumper sticker said, "I love cops." Yeah, exactly, right? And it just made me mad. It just got to me. I'm like sitting behind them in the car at the stoplight, and I'm like, "Oh, you love cops? You fascist bootlicker. You all lives matter motherfucker. You thin blue line motherfucker. When you go suck a cop's dick, you love cops so much." I pulled up a little closer. I realized the bumper sticker said, "I love co-ops." Which did make a lot more sense in the Trader Joe's parking lot. But cops are such a bummer, right? Like, fuck cops, because I was in the drive-thru of the Taco Bell the other night. I was debilitatingly stoned. And like 3 cops had pulled some guy over in the parking lot. They're all like surrounding him. They're like shining their flashlights in his car. And there's like way too many people there for whatever traffic violation he had. And I just think that's wrong, okay? I do not think police should be allowed within a 3-block radius of a Taco Bell. Because Taco Bell is where you go to end your night. Like, no one is eating 6 Doritos Locos tacos and then going to commit a crime. Unless that crime is in the privacy of their own bathroom. I do love Taco Bell, that's why I know I'm a masochist. Like, you have to hate yourself a little bit to like, because I love the most disgusting things on the menu. Like Doritos Locos tacos, check. Nacho cheese fries, check. The new Gorditas Cellulite Supreme, double check. My favorite are the Cinnabon things. You guys know the Cinnabon thing? Law's like, no. If you haven't seen them, it's like someone took a donut hole and then deep fried it, rolled it in cinnamon sugar, and then came inside it. Yeah. Lest you think I'm some sort of pastry pervert, like look up the ads for these things. It's like 2 greasy balls with like white stuff dripping out of them. Because Taco Bell knows their audience. Degenerates, perverts, porn addicts. Yeah, those buns get more glazed than porn stars. If you've never looked at a Cinnabon and thought it was pastry bukkake, you're lying to yourself. Porn. Fucking porn. I would like to like porn, but it's just the worst. I mean, every time I look at porn, it's like I'm seeing porn for the first time. Like I've accidentally Googled the word sex as an 11-year-old, and like on Google Images, and it's like, oh God, oh Jesus, you can't look away. It's like a car crash. It's like a sticky, wet, smacking car crash. And porn is gross, but sex is great. That's what's so frustrating about it. Like sex is great, which is why I've never understood the phrase "get fucked." Someone tells me to get fucked, I'm like, oh, thank you. That is so nice. Like, I would honestly love that. Like, got any leads? And I have to be careful talking about that shit though, because I'm a female comedian, especially like being in LA, doing these bits in LA. Because there's always this urge for people to classify me as a sex comic, or they make assumptions like I've slept with all these guys to get where I am. Just so you guys know, it's not true. They did not help at all. It's like totally unrelated. But I do love being a woman, despite all of that. Like, I've never wanted to be a man in my life because girls rule and boys rule. Girls go to college to get more knowledge, and boys, finish it for me. Anyone?
Go to Jupiter to get more super.
Go to Jupiter to get more super. Thank you, boy in the corner. Thank you, boy in the corner. You're a traitor to your kind. I love it. I'm here for it. Boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. Apparently, the original used to be the opposite. The original used to be, yeah, he's like, oh, I know. The original used to be boys go to college to get more knowledge and girls go to Venus to get, yeah, exactly what you'd expect. Which, leave it to straight women to go out of their way to get something they're gonna get anyway, even if they don't want it. It's just gonna come to them eventually anyway. It always does. All right, we talked about sex, and I think now's the time where we get kind of personal, right? Because comedy is honest. It's about truth, it's about honesty, it's about vulnerability. And I'll be honest, like this is something I don't like to talk about in front of other people. Like, it makes me kind of insecure, and it's something that it's taken me a long time to admit to myself. But fuck it, like here goes, right? Honesty. So I know, deep down, I know that I do not have a dump truck ass. It's more like a pickup truck ass, really. Or if I'm being honest, like a Subaru Baja ass. I'm so glad that worked here. Sometimes that joke only works in Santa Fe sometimes. I always have to amend it to like an El Camino ass for the Albuquerque or the LA crowds. I think that's my time, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Please support Wayward Comedy. There is also, come on up. There's also another Wayward Comedy show this weekend, this Saturday at Desert Dogs Brewery at 8 or 7 p.m. I think it's at 7. I host it, I should know. Anyway, it's called Witch and Bitch. It is also an open mic, so if you guys don't want to come up tonight, but you want to come up at Desert Dogs, a bunch of hipsters, you can do that. 7 p.m. Desert Dogs this weekend.
Hooray! Give it a Frisbee. Yeah, Desert Dogs Saturday. If you want to leave and go to the other show, you should do that in like 20 minutes. Just kidding. Hey, your next comic just came back from a tour. How you been here the whole time? Give it up for Lucas Corbata.
Hello. Happy Pride, everyone. Yes. Isn't that fantastic? We actually get our own month. I know, right? He's like, yeah, I do. I get my own month. I finally get my own bedroom, too. It's okay. How old are you? 19. He's 19. He does get his own bedroom. Do you live with your parents? Yeah, he's like, yeah, kinda. I live in the fucking basement. I live in the fucking basement. It's okay. You know what? How old do you think I am? Without the whiskey in my hand. Because I know you're not allowed to have one. It's okay. They usually say between the ages of 23 and 32, well, fuck you. I'm 41. 41 has never looked this good except on Cher. And her ass too. So if you guys don't even know who Cher is, I'm talking to the wrong fucking audience. Seriously, it's like, who the fuck's Cher? I don't know who Cher is. I share my girlfriends. Yeah, because you're bisexual, asshole. It's okay. Life is good. I know I went totally off book. So you're 20, you're 18? 19. Oh, he's 19. He's 19 and a half, folks. What's your name? He's Steven. Oh, Steven, 19 and a half. That is amazing. You know what? The last boyfriend I had, he was 22 years old, and guess what? I ended up with a dog. He kept the cell phone, the iPhone. I really don't give shit because he didn't know what a rotary phone was. So when the world comes to an end, guess who's gonna survive? I think it's gonna be me. Another thing, and this is with the gays, because it's Pride Month. It's Pride Month. You're Pride. You're happy. Oh, yes, 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 you too. I can tell by your haircut. Justin Bieber. Oh, Justin Bieber. What's your name, Justin Bieber? What's your name? Tristan. Justin Bieber. That's his name. That's his name. I forgot where the fuck I was putting that joke, but it doesn't fucking matter. Justin Bieber. It's fine. You know, the thing is, millennials at your age, you're not even a fucking millennial. I'm a millennial. What are you? He's a zoomer. Do y'all know what a fucking zoomer is? Unfortunately, he's like, unfortunately, I do. I pay his bills. I'm his dad. No, you're not his dad. I can tell you're not his dad because of the haircut. And the glasses. That's how I can tell you're not the dad. It's okay. I know I've dated a lot of dads. I know. But it's Pride Month. And he was like, what's your name again? Tristan was like, it's Pride Month. Am I the only one that does the for Pride Month? Fuck all of you if I'm the only one that does it. I will do it alone at home in my own stilettos. And nobody has to watch me, but I'll do it. We'll do it again. Bitches back there. And the men too. Come on. I don't give a shit. Fuck you guys. You're not paying me enough. They're not paying me anything except in drinks. So I am here to stay. That was a great joke. Fuck you guys for not recognizing it. Okay, Tristan, will you get my drink? Because guess what? You know, they always say, Lucas, why don't you do drag? Why don't you do drag? Well, guess what? I drag so much shit around that I can't carry it around anymore. I've got purses, I've got drinks, I've got boyfriends and their family. I just can't carry it around. Here, Tristan, get my drink. Put it down. Thank you, sir. You know, next he's going to be taking my wallet, but guess what? I'm 41. I should be a sugar daddy at this point. Fuck! Life has been good. Okay, so what are we talking about today? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, I wanted to talk about my first boyfriend. Do you want to know my first boyfriend? Yes. I met him. Do you want to know where I met him? You with the sunglasses. You're gorgeous. I just can't see your color of your eye. Oh my God, you really are gorgeous. Yes, you are. I gotta stop because otherwise I'll call my attorney for a prenup. So anyway, we will move on because guess what? Gays get married and they get divorced too. And it costs just as much as the single people. Fuck you guys. Oh, it's horrible. I don't even have a joke for that. But the first guy I dated, you know where I met him? Church. No, but a pastor hit on me once. I do have a pastor that hit on me. And when I told them, they're like, oh, he wanted to have done that. He wanted to have done that. Well, guess what? They're paying out $3 million now. So fuck you. I wish I would have got in on that. I should have bent over and said, here it is. Pastor, there you go. Let's get to this. Because I want half of that $3 million too. I didn't. I was so good. I was such a good boy. Now I'm half girl. It doesn't matter. My dad's confused too. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know, the other day, because I'm a millennial and I moved back to my parents, you know, I got to put down this purse. It's just too heavy. It's okay, I have boyfriends like that. They're just too heavy. I'm like, well, when are you going to come? Anyway, that's a different story and on my chest. But my dad was like, oh, you should have been born a girl. I said, well, why didn't you ask God for one? You asked him for a son. You just didn't ask God for a gay son. You gotta be specific with the universe. I thought that joke would go down funnier. I don't give a shit. Oh, whatever. I performed in Puerto Vallarta for 69 gay men, all nude on a naked beach. And I thought, well, I do not have to picture them naked anymore. They already are. And when they say you're vulnerable and exposed, well, not me. I had a mic stand between my legs. They didn't know how young I was. Fuck, that's a great joke. If you don't laugh at that, fuck you guys. It's right, man. You guys should be laughing. Yeah, I really don't have any more jokes about that stuff. We'll move on. I did learn, if anyone going to Puerto Vallarta, yeah, doesn't matter. If you go, do not let the waves throw you down. The waves are so strong, they'll throw you down and pull you out. And it's all two things I learned. The waves are so strong, they'll throw you down and pull you out. And it is illegal to give blowjobs on a beach. What? It's okay. Both times I stood right back up and I didn't get caught. Oh God. So I was telling you about the boyfriend, the first boyfriend I ever dated. And I met him at church and at a church barbecue because that's where people meet. That's when you say, hello, what's your name? Steven. What's your name? Tristan. You know, I can't remember a thing. I've taken so many shots to the face. I don't have cataracts, I have chlamydia. But anyway, so Tristan. So this is what happened. So we're at a church barbecue, and you know, we started chatting, and I've been very fortunate. I traveled to Hong Kong, Europe, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? Anyway, we got to meet. And the first time we had, actually it was the second time we had a date, and I gave him a blowjob. I'm giving him a blowjob. Has anyone given a blowjob here today, or is it just me? At least we have one person that's admitted to it. The rest of them, no, we're way too conservative. We are Democrats, but we're way too conservative. So here's the thing about Democrats and Republicans. This is the thing, and I'll be quite honest. My mom said, Lucas, now gay marriage is legal, you get married, you have kids, blah, blah, blah. I said, Mom, gays are not meant to have kids, we're meant to swallow them. And that's how we know that liberals really do swallow babies. It's a hard audience, I don't know shit, whatever. I've had it hard many, many times before. The last time I performed was in Las Vegas, not New Mexico, Las Vegas, Nevada, where lifters actually have teeth and wear heels. Although last time I performed, I was so far off the strip, I was at the Hoover Dam, so who gives a shit? But anyway, so getting back to the point about my boyfriend, Tristan. Is your name Tristan? Yeah. Yeah, Tristan. Okay, good. I remembered it. Because I've had so much chlamydia on my face, I don't even have cataracts. I wish I did. Anyway, Tristan. So, you know what I was doing? I was giving him a blowjob. And I was laughing. I was laughing because George Carlin was in the background. It was the first time I ever heard George Carlin. You know, the 7 Sins. None of you have ever performed the 7 Sins. Fuck you guys. I had performed all of them at the same night, I'm sure. Doesn't matter. So I did the 7 Sins. And he's like, Lucas, what are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? I said, at the joke. He's like, you think my penis is a joke? Well, I said, well, it doesn't match your truck. We're in New Mexico. Nobody's penis ever matches their truck. What's your name, sir? Forrest. Does a penis ever match their truck? Ever! It never happens in New Mexico because you always know that their penis is big, but their truck is a Tonka toy that matches it over and over and over and over again. Ever. Never matches. Forrest and Tristan. So, this is just my advice when you go out dating, whether it's male or female, because you know what? They don't know either. When I walk into a restaurant, they're like, what the fuck just happened? I'm like, it's okay. I'm different, not you. Because that happens all the time. It does. And I'm like, I'm different, not you. And one guy said, well, I'm different. I said, fuck you, you're not wearing stilettos. And he said, no, but I wear pink panties. I said, oh, come over to my hotel. That's a different story for another time. Hey folks, my name is Lucas Gravata. Happy Pride, love you, Sandy. Thank you so much.
Lucas Corvada, everybody. So, you learned something, guys. Children in a bar, you learned something. You learned that you need to get a truck that matches your penis. You learned about share. Next week, Lucas is going to like dress up and do the whole like thing with the what's the one where she's on like the naval frigate and doing all the splits? Never mind. Share. Look up Share. Some of you will love it. It's gonna be great. So coming up next to the stage, we have a special treat, guys. We get to share a moment in someone's life with them. This next gentleman, who has the most average name, I know like 7 of this dude, and he's gonna go up here for his first time ever. He's gonna do comedy. He's gonna tell you jokes. So you guys need to be nice. You need to not heckle him. You need to listen to him. And his name is Dave Smith.
All right, okay, try to test this thing out, see how loud the voice is. Okay, all right. I did this once before in someone's garage in 2010, and that was about it. A lot of new faces here, because I've never been here before. Yeah, and what do you say to people you don't know? Like, talk about the weather. Hot one, huh? Yeah. Missed that wind, keeping me cool. I'm up here trying to be cool in front of you guys, and this is going really good. Yeah, so I was watching a nature show with the subtitles on, and it showed a polar bear on a glacier. Subtitles said polar bear on a glacier. Okay. It showed a bunch of white stuff coming down. I'm like, is that? Yep, sure enough, right there in the subtitles. That's snow. That's what that was. It's really educational. I got a text saying that my 5-pound bag of granola had been delivered. It wasn't there. I hope the thief likes breakfast, because that's what he got. In a Ziploc bag, it makes a great snack on the go while you're out stealing packages. If you happen to find one with scrambled eggs, a couple sausage links, and a side of orange, you're on your way to a balanced breakfast. And hopefully a guilty conscience for stealing my shit. I do try and help out with the homeless. I know it's rough out there, people stealing shit, that's cool. I was giving away granola bars, so I'd offer like share your apple, and first person like cherry, second person like apple. Third guy was like, I can't chew that. I don't have any teeth. And I was like, holy shit, this is really bad customer service on my part. I should be doing better. My job is to provide a solution, and I didn't. So I guess I'm gonna do applesauce maybe, or a thermos full of broth during the winter. Yeah, I worked at a call center for about a week before I got fired because I couldn't take it. Customers were just too hardcore, and I'm not hardcore enough. So you look at. So I get calls like this. First name, ma'am? Jennifer. Can I get your last name? Lopez. J-Lo? Jenny? From the block? Is that you? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, great. How can I help you? She's like, can I get the ETA on my push lawnmower? I'm like, great. Hold on 1 second, ma'am. J-Lo cuts her own grass? She doesn't have like a landscaping team or something like that? And I was like, oh, it's a push mower. That's how she stays so fit. She's got the body of a mower. That's great. I'm like, wow, okay. And I got back on the phone. I was like, Miss Lopez, thank you so much for holding. It looks like your push mower is going to be delivered on Friday. Is there anything else I can do to help you guys, or Mark Anthony, bird seed or fertilizer or anything else for the season? And that was that. I would like to start doing things more like J-Lo. Getting fit, I guess, going to the doctor and dentist on a regular basis is probably a good idea. I'm not too sure I trust doctors. It was only a few decades ago that they were recommending that you smoke cigarettes, and they would smoke cigarettes in the office too, which is interesting. What was that visit like? And he's like, well, Mr. Smith, I got great news. Your blood panel is outstanding. Tell me, what are you doing to stay so fit? I'm like, not smoking, you know? I'm thinking about maybe starting a multivitamin or something like that. He's like, you should start. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll think about it. I don't know how much time I left, but anyway,
All the time you want, or as little as you need.
awesome.
Came from there.
That was God talking.
There
Take your time,
Good news.
You
yes,
have plenty
Siri.
of times.
Oh, good. Thank you. Yeah, Siri on the way over here told me to make a left, and then she said to make a right, and then she told me to continue straight through the roundabout. There's a sign, there's a lot of landscaping. My car is not four-wheel drive. I don't think I'm gonna be able to go straight to the roundabout. It's a roundabout, you're supposed to go round and about, and I don't know how to convey that to Siri, so I don't trust her. I think we're done. We're splitting up. What's that? Sorry, I'm kind of hard of hearing.
Exactly.
I hope so. Well, actually, I don't know. After the whole roundabout thing, it's a little nerve-wracking. Okay, I don't have anything else.
Hooray!
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Great day. Welcome, Dave. I hope you keep coming back. I don't know if you live here now or what your deal is, but hell yeah. Hell yeah. But dude, this is practice. This is the gym. These people came to watch us go to the gym. Isn't that crazy? Fucking wild, man. All right, so coming up next, we have one of the founders of Wayward Comedy. Also, just real quickly, come on, Zoomers, you guys don't know about polyamory? Siri is like the most polyamorous of all of the apps. She's the original polyamor. All right, coming up next, one of the Wayward Comedy founders. I think of him more as like a mascot for the group. He sort of represents like our spirit animal. I mean, this is gonna fall on deaf ears, but like you guys maybe could. You remember Captain Beefheart? You know, like Captain Beefheart and the Magic Band from like the. All right, well, you guys know Captain Beefheart. Holy shit! Okay, so you know how when you like let your mind go a little bit soft and you're listening to Captain Beefheart, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, this is genius. This is the comedy equivalent of Captain Beefheart. Give it up for Ryan Lawless.
All right. I like that introduction because it hit with everybody. All right. I don't usually sit on my comics. There was a chair there, so I just felt comfortable. Okay, let me move this out of the way. I got some jokes to tell you. Someone was asking me, hey, what was J-Lo's name before J-Lo? And I said, Jennifer Love Hewitt. Duh. God. Morons out there, I tell you. You think vegans get into internet beef? All right, yeah, there's some more. Okay. They say man's best friend is a dog. What's a woman's best friend? It's a trick question. They have no friends. With diamonds, that was fucked up. Yeah, that was very selfish. Sure, yeah, I'm broke, so. Anyways, okay. This is relatable to that question. A girl asked me, hey, do you have a 401k? And I said, nope, I do not have gold. Huh. No, that didn't work. All right. I like the table in the back over there. Hello. You guys look like a Texas family reunion. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Hey, y'all. That's what I do. Have you ever been to a family reunion you're not a part of? No? Okay. Go to Corral on a Sunday. All right. I just made that one up. Someone asked me if I could gather petrified wood, and I said, no, I'm not that spooky. All right, that was dumb. my gymnast, I don't know, but my personal trainer, he asked me, hey man, do you know what a dumbbell is? And I said, a bell pepper. All right. Yeah, that was a good one. All right. These are some things you don't say to other people when you try to, let them enjoy their day. I said, this person was leaving, and I said, enjoy the rest of your days. I'm in. Have a good day. Okay. This person asked me, hey, you know any Guns N' Roses songs? And I said, yeah, Enter Sandman's pretty good. He's like, what? And I was like, welcome to the desert. We got lots of sand. We don't got a lot of water. Maybe a crazy guy that's not getting the blood. All right. Okay. I'm trying to create my own jobs lately, but my last name's kind of getting in the way. I got a locksmithing job, right? And I was trying to add my last name to it. It said Lawless Locksmithing. All right. I tried another job called Lawless Transportation. I didn't get the right calls. Huh. All right. So, okay. Someone says, if you have 2 left feet, you can't dance right. But if you have 2 right feet, does that just make your values different? Okay, my name is Ryan Lawless. Thank you, everybody.
Ryan Lawless! His name is a lot of fun to say like an announcer. So coming up next on stage is yet another Wayward Comedy. I don't know if he's a founder, but he's here almost every week. He hosts like half the time. He's the reason we do all this fancy bullshit with stuff, but don't talk to him about that. He's our guy. I'm sorry, TJ. Give it up for TJ Jones.
That's right, I'm not gonna fucking help you with your video needs. Oh, folks. I was sitting at home watching Sons of Anarchy. I really didn't want to come here tonight, but I was experiencing FOMO. That's a fear of missing out for those tables in the back. I'm sure you guys know what that is. Yeah, I'm just getting old. This is a true story. I actually ran into an old friend of mine recently, and what I wanted to say was, hey, how have you been lately? But what came out of my mouth was, hey, what's been up inside you lately? And she gave me like a sideways glance. She seemed to understand. She was like, I'm good, how are you? And I was like, oh, I'm pretty regular. That's what happens when you get old. I get asked this question all the time, TJ, why are you so angry? And usually my response is something like, fuck you, I'm not angry. I am kind of an angry guy. I blame it on having 2 ears and 2 eyes and a brain. But I realized recently that happy people don't make history. And anger gets things done. And are there poets and songwriters and musicians out there thinking to themselves, wow, I'm really happy, I should write a song? No, there's not. Happy people don't get shit done, okay? Fuck happy people. Because I'm 51, but I still remember what it was like to be young. I hang out with a lot of young people. Not like that. It's not like that. I'm not a camp counselor or anything like that. But I'm jealous of them a lot of the time because they still have hope. But I remember what it was like to be a teenager, just like when I was a teenager, I was angry at my parents. I was like, fuck my parents, nobody understands me, my parents don't understand me. And then in my 20s, I was like, fuck my boss, I fucking hate my boss, God, I fucking hate this job. And then in my 30s, I was like, fuck my girlfriend, I fucking hate my girlfriend, gosh, she's such a bitch. And then in my 40s, I was like, fuck, I hate these prison guards. And it's a true story. And now that I'm in my 50s, I'm like, fuck, what's for dinner? You guys psyched about Gay Pride Month? It's cool, right? Yeah. I'm not gay. I don't say that for your benefit. I just say it to remind myself. I'm not gay. People used to think I was gay a lot when I was younger, and it used to really piss me off. You know, I was not a very woke person back then, so somebody would say, "Oh, TJ, I thought you were gay," and I'd be like, "You know what? Fuck you, I'm not gay, all right? I'll beat your dick off. That's how not fucking gay I am." And I'm like, wait, no, that doesn't work. Yeah, if somebody were to ask me that today, my reaction would be much different. It'd be more like, you know, if somebody were to say, "Oh, teacher, I thought you were gay," my reaction would probably be, "Oh, no, I'm not. I wish I were gay." You know how much I want to be in a fucking parade? That shit looks like so much fun. They are having a good time. I am not having a good time. You know? But I think, or to be bisexual, oh my God, that would be so great. To be bisexual, to be, you know, rejected and ignored by both sexes would be fucking awesome. But I think that like, just coming from a straight male cis perspective, I think that almost every straight guy in this room has a gay male crush. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's Benedict Cumberbatch, but only as Doctor Strange. But what about you, sir? I'm assuming something, but what about you? You got a gay crush?
I gotta think about this.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Yeah. Anybody want to volunteer their gay crush? Okay, you're right. Ricky Martin. Dude, that's fucking gay. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Oh, what else? What else, folks? So I wrote the worst joke I've ever written in my entire life, and I'm often very afraid to tell it. You're gonna hate me after I tell this joke. So here's the premise, all right? If you could go back in time and stop one of the following two events from happening, which would you choose? You can only choose one. Would you stop Donald Trump from being elected in 2016, or would you stop the worst mass shooting in American history, the one that happened in Las Vegas, where 50 people were killed and over 500 were injured? Before you answer, keep in mind that most of those people were country music fans. Kind of changes the dynamic, doesn't it? So, folks, thank you so much. It's been a great crowd. Thanks for coming out. Here's your host.
TJ Jones. So which is it? Who would you kill? No, it happened before. I don't know. I'm sorry, I just threw a total blank. Yes. Coming next to the stage, we have someone who's a first timer to this mic, but you've done comedy a fair amount. She's from Albuquerque. She's dressed very professionally, which means she doesn't need your approval. So it's her privilege to lie. Yeah, she's got a job. She's doing all right. You know, like the Sultans of Swing. You know that one too? Holy shit, this kid's so fucking cool. Give it up for Don Sherry.
Thank you. Yeah, I was working at Sleep Number today, right on Cerritos, and I had a spicy couple this morning. Normally I don't come up on stage and talk about my Sleep Number people, but I'll keep it anonymous. So they were an older baby boomer couple, and the man's like, "Well, I don't know if I want to get this really expensive bed. What if I die and then my wife's just going to be in it with another guy?" And then she goes, "Or a woman." And I'm like, "Wow, it's really like Sylvia." And then I said, "So what's your trick?" Because they said they've been together for like 40 years or something like that. And she said, "Oh, well, I get over it really quick. He just lets me get over it really quick. But when he gets angry, I just have to lick his butt." She legit said that. I think she was serious. For realsies. I didn't even know, ma'am, I don't know about you, but I didn't know, people of your demographic did that. Do you? Is this? You don't have to answer that, but we're all gonna assume it's a yes. Just so you know. Dude, I honestly can't tell which is douchier, your sunglasses or your top knot man bun. It's just too overconfident. The man bun is overconfident to begin with, but then when it's the top knot, you get one dangling bottom part. What's it gonna be? Because I'm gonna come with scissors and I'm chopping something off. So make a decision. Yeah. I'll let you keep your dick. Thank you. Oh, that's good. He's doing sign language because he's not even like a mean heckler. Maybe you're not that douchey. I don't know. I'm so confused now. Oh, they're prescription. Oh, so you left your regular glasses at home and that's you're wearing your sunglasses now. Okay. All right. So it's official. The man bun is the douchiest part of this guy's outfit. No, I don't need to ask his name. I don't. It is the douchebag wearing a man bun. That's all I need to know. And who forgot his glasses at home. Getting home is going to be fun for you. Have you thought about how you're going to drive home with sunglasses on? Oh, you have a designated driver. Well, then why aren't you drinking? Oh, he has sunglasses too. Are you going to sign the answer to me? Finger spell it, because I'm not that fluent, okay? Oh, he's 20. Wow. This is the young crowd over here. And you guys are looking me in the eye? This is incredible. I didn't know Gen Z could do that. I really didn't. I just thought, you're like not even looking at your phone. This is incredible. I'm so proud of you guys. You're the woke ones. You're the ones. Yeah, no, don't. Thank you. Thank you. I've been in a relationship for a long time, for like 9 years. We're not married yet. I need time to make sure I'm doing the right thing. But I mean, I know I'm in love. And I realized this the other day. Are you guys familiar with Deep Blue? It's like Ben Gay. It's like Flexol 4x4. You know? Yeah. It's like eucalyptus-y. Okay. So my boyfriend is constantly sore. Oh, he's always, got muscle soreness. I'm always massaging him with Deep Blue, right? Which is this like eucalyptus stuff. Even when I'm on my period. So if you just think about it for a second.
That's love.
It is love, because I got nails. You know what I mean? The stuff gets underneath there, right? And then I'm trying to take care of me. Yeah, mucous membrane. Yeah, that's love. I still do it every month. Currently on my period right now. Full moon. So it was a dramatic PMS this time, I will say. Because, everything's swollen, right? The beauty of the full moon. It swells up all of our cells. Everything's more extreme. Yeah. Somebody was talking about the homeless earlier. Yeah, and I work right on Cerritos, so we have our regulars, we have our homeless people, but I like them. It makes me feel like I'm in a real city, you know what I mean? It's like, And then like parking here, super dramatic. I felt like I was in a big city. And so I was in a car accident, like a really severe car accident at the end of January. Couldn't walk for like 3 months. I was in a wheelchair, very dramatic. But guess who got handicap parking tonight? Totally manifested it and fucking worth it. Fucking worth it. Pulled right up to the front. That's me with my little temporary handicap placard on. Check out my Chevy Sonic. That's right. Only paid $8,500 for that car. Promptly after that, the engine died. Yeah. I found out the lemon law doesn't work for private sales. Yeah, I should have. You live, you learn. Anyway. How much time do I got? Do I have time to work? Okay, all right. So I'm working.
The rule is keep going until everyone's tired of you or until you've had enough, or I'll probably cut you off in like 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay, all right. So I'm still workshopping a couple things here. So I'm not from East Coast of California, and I want to make sure I get the wording right on this one. So I just have to keep reminding myself that, other states, what happened? Just couldn't handle it.
She got water.
You got water. Amazing. We're just like so high vibe in Santa Fe. It just can't take our high vibes. Electricity, it's not enough. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So as I was saying, I grew up on the East Coast in California, and I constantly have to remind myself that other states are just different. They're not better, unless we're talking about incarceration rates or education or childhood poverty or unemployment. Other than that, they're just different, not better, right? New Mexico, it's beautiful. Got the big sky, got almost no traffic. You got, help me here, green chili. You got you. Yeah. So the high infant mortality rate, but we still have abortion here, so we have options, So, yay! No choice, I know. Abortion does save lives. Yeah, this one right here, right, my mid-20s. I had plans. They happened. Yeah, so. Otherwise I wouldn't be here tonight. My kid would be like in his 20s somewhere, wondering why he wasn't raised by me. It's okay. I nipped it in the bud, shall we say. So I was in California at the time, it worked. Anyway, what are we talking about? Yeah, talked about your man bun. Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I had to write that down, believe it or not. I thought maybe I would forget it. How could I forget it? I got my visual aid right here. Okay. So this is another thing I'm workshopping. So, back in the day, I did things I regret, but statute of limitations is up. I feel like I have re-virginized my asshole. Yeah, it's been over 7 years, right? But is it official? Is it really officially official? So what I would like to do is an asshole purification and transformation ceremony. And I thought, who better to come up with a good ceremony for people in Santa Fe? I feel like you guys could help me do this.
Yes.
So, right, yeah. So I'm thinking definitely we need a sage wand, right? To sage inside and out. I want to get a thorough cleansing here. I'm also thinking we need a crystal of some sort, a cleansing crystal, maybe amethyst, maybe some rose quartz, put a little love in that. And then I thought, how are we going to get that crystal up there? I know, a butt plug, a crystal butt plug, which gave me so many ideas for my merch table. You know what I mean? What do you do? Father's Day is coming up. You want to get a good gift? There we go. Give them anal. You know what I mean? Not like this, but like this, right? Yeah. Yeah, give it to him this time. Yeah. Make it happen. Okay, I feel like you guys are you sick of me? No, I'm officially sick of you, so I'm gonna get off the stage. But thank you so much. I will leave you on this final note. The mortal enemy of duct tape is duct tape. Think about it. But thank you, my name's Don Sherry.
Go and share, everybody. Sometimes you get more than you pay for, which is nothing, I remind you. We could have all been terrible, and you guys would have had to just sit here and leave like everyone. I'm just kidding. Thank you for hanging out with us, guys. Hope you come back sometime soon. All right. So where are we at? We got a couple more comics. We got, I think, a total of 3 more comics. 3 more comics. And one of them coming up right now, he's all around town. He's from San Domingo Pueblo. He plays, Cochiti, my mistake. He's from Cochiti. He does shows all around New Mexico, Albuquerque, here, everywhere. We're lucky to have him. Give it up for Corey Herrera.
Thank you, sir. What's up, guys? You guys good or what? Yeah, very nice. That's the most Santa Fe thing ever, dude, to have a white lady talking about saging, you know? Before a Native American comedian comes on stage, you know? I'll sage after, don't worry. Don't worry about that shit. Give more context, my name is Corey Herrera, I'm Native American, you know, so give it up for me, right? You know? Please don't boo, that's offensive. Hey man, let's see you. You got an arrowhead. Where'd you get that shit from? Where'd you get it from? Because I'm missing an arrowhead from my collection, bro. I'm just kidding, man. Nice. That's good vibes there, man. Very nice. I like your high bun there, sir. Very good. Did you do it yourself? Yeah? What's your technique? Twist it. Nice. Very sacred. No jokes. I just appreciate when someone puts effort into hair, because I know, dude. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So actually, I come from 3 different tribes. I'm Pueblo, I'm Navajo, my beard is Apache, right? Some fucking Rogaine for this beard, you know what I'm saying? It's hard being Native, dude. We have all this shit we have to worry about. We gotta keep our culture going. We gotta worry about water rights. We have to worry if the girl we're dating is our cousin, you know? A lot of people hate their cousins tonight. Is that what that is? Ah, okay. Keep it in the family, right? You guys look up your fucking history on Ancestry.com, right? I've been feeling a little bit depressed. I had a plan, you know, I was kind of thinking about driving off a bridge, you know what I mean? So I was driving my car, and I saw the sign that said no passing zone. I was like, all right, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? I feel seen, you know? Yeah, man, it's a sign. I feel like every mechanic I've ever met is racist, you know? They all say the exact same thing to me. This engine needs some work, you know? We got 8 to 5, everybody. You know? So whenever you're Native, one thing that happens in our culture is people just come up to you for advice. You know, it's part of our culture that we just freely give. We don't put any like requirements on, we just freely give, you know? So my cousin came up to me, he asked me, he's like, hey, do you know how to give an Indian burn, you know? Remember that shit, Indian burns, yeah? I was like, yeah, sure. She's like, can you show me? I was like, sure. So I pushed him in the fireplace, you know what I mean? You gotta teach them when they're young, you know? One of my hobbies is I like to bake a lot, you know, I'm a baker, you know what I'm saying? I know some of you guys in here are baked already, you know what I'm saying? But it's different. I want to come out with my own brand of pies. I want to come out with this new pie. It's called emo pies. The best part about them is they'll cut themselves, you know? While listening to Fall Out Boy, you know? Which is interesting because that's exactly how I feel when I listen to Fall Out Boy, you know? All right, appreciate that. That's okay. Let you catch up, that's fine, dude. Y'all are buffering, I understand. We come from the rest, we haven't got internet yet, you know what I'm saying? So I got it, I understand. I saw a news article, it said a truck carrying Fireball whiskey rolled over on the highway, you know? I thought that was an ad for New Mexico, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel when they have Fireball, you know? All right, that's a stupid joke. Moving on. This is as good as it's gonna get, man. This is all new shit, so. I like to plant too, so I planted some fingerling potatoes next to some palm trees. My goal is to grow a fish out of the ground, you know? I appreciate those 4 chuckles, I appreciate that. All right. So I'm very disorganized just naturally, you know, so I've been trying to learn this new method. It's called the Marie Kondo method. You guys heard about this shit? Yeah, one lady, I appreciate that. Yeah, very nice. So like one thing that it says is to like get rid of things that do not spark joy to you no more, you know? So I did that with my ex-wife. I got rid of her, you know? She did not spark joy anymore. There's this one weird fact in our history, because I come from Cochiti Pueblo. One thing that's weird about our Pueblo is Apache men would come to our Pueblo, steal one woman, and leave and just never come back, you know? I never understood why that was until I married an Apache woman, you know? And then I gave her back, you know? All right, who gives a fuck? Move on, dude. I heard someone say that we need to return this land to the original stewards of this land. I heard that recently. I don't know who the fuck Stewart is, but I don't think you should run Renegade today. You know what I mean? Fuck that guy. I'm concerned about some of you guys here in Santa Fe. Whenever I drive up to Santa Fe, I notice that some of you people have dream catchers in your rearview mirrors. Just FYI, I probably shouldn't be sleeping where I'm driving, okay? Get some native friends that'll save your life, you know? I come from the reservation, so I guess you could say I come from a very nice gated community, you know? Barbed wire fence around my house, you know? I always know when I come off the res because people come up and be like, hey, are you still selling, you know? It's like, how dare you assume I'm selling turquoise just because I'm native, you know? I work at trying to get rid of this meth real quick, you know what I mean? Buy something or get out of the alley, you know? Well, this set is going great. We'll talk to some of you guys. How are you, sir? You're doing great, yeah? You sound a little unsure there, buddy. Yeah? What do you do for a living, man? What's your name?
My name's Dalen.
Dalen?
Yeah.
What's your last name? Dalen Newton?
Newton.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's like that Isaac motherfucker. But not as
Like that Isaac motherfucker. Oh, I was gonna say Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron, exactly!
That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, okay, I got you. Saved it with the Nickelodeon reference. Very nice. What do you do for a living, man?
I work at Hot Topic sadly, and I make pizzas for this guy.
You work at Hot Topic, and then you make pizzas for this guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Douchebag here.
Douchebag? Oh, come on, man. What the fuck? He's a man, but doesn't mean he's a douchebag, you know? That's a guy who knows hair care products right there, man. You're the douchebag. You didn't put any effort into that shit, dude. Leave man bun alone, you know? I got this guy, man. You don't understand how fucking hard it is to keep this shit, you know? Fucking dries out in New Mexico. Did you know that? What is your hair care plan?
I just wake up like this.
Yeah, exactly. All right, leave him alone. He puts more effort than he makes the fucking pizzas. He's not a douchebag. I didn't mean to go so hard on you, sir. It's fine. What is this table? Are you guys all together or what?
Yeah.
You're all friends?
This table, that table,
Oh yeah.
that
Okay.
old guy over there.
You know, hey, sir. Excuse me. Leave the comedy to me. All right. Don't go roasting my audience. Okay. What old guy were you pointing at?
The cool Steve.
Oh, now he's cool. Now he's a cool guy. Oh, that's your guy. Okay, very nice. How do you feel about this kid, man?
Not in that way.
Not in that way. Are you that kind of cool old friend? Dang. Is that what you call? Is that your sugar daddy? Is that what that is? It's like a sweet and low daddy over there, you know? Blenda daddy. What about you, man? How are you? You look like a little bit more responsible than this guy, you know? You kind of look like you're into romance. You're wearing a hard shirt. You look like you're very in touch with your feelings. Is that accurate? It comes in. Very nice. Now, what is your name? Forrest? You guys have the widest names ever, dude. Forrest, fucking Newton, whatever the fuck. I don't even know, man. What's your name, man? Leaf? I didn't know white people gave each other Indian name, man. That's pretty cool. We got Forrest and Leaf. Who are you? Yes, fucking branches? What the fuck, dude? What is your name? Let's keep this shit going. Was it? Oh, you kind of broke the trend there. You should have just made something up, man. Lyra. Sounds like you're a liar. What about you, miss? Tiff. So we got Weave, fucking Newton, and Tiff.
Sorry, I couldn't branch out.
Now, what was your name again? You didn't branch. I appreciate that. You're like the comedy hamburger helper. I appreciate that.
I used to be a hamburger.
You're like a beef stroganoff, right? Is that how you float your boat? You on Grindr at all? Is that how you met Mr. Steve over there? Trying to get some lean ground beef from this guy? Damn. Ain't no fat on this one, huh? Like 97% lean, 3% fat, right?
If you want to talk about white, this guy's last name.
I didn't even talk to you, sir. You just want attention, right? What the fuck is this kid right here? Okay, you want the attention? Let's talk to you. What's up, man? I see that you don't finish your crust. Disrespectful.
No, this is his fucking
No respect for the dough.
No, you did it, bro. Okay, you go ahead and talk to the.
All right, ladies, let's calm down, okay? How's it going, sir?
It's going good.
You look very young. You look like you shouldn't even be here, man. Isn't it a school night, you know? What's your name, buddy? Tristan Newton, okay. I don't know, you look like a fucking skater. Or at least you put that on your Tinder profile, you know? Yeah, that's probably the fingernail polish doesn't help at all either, sir. And you kind of have a very sloppy finger paint, I'm just gonna tell you.
It's chipped away.
Okay. From what?
Just naturally.
Just naturally, okay. So you're very lazy, right? You're not keeping up the. I'm sorry, sir. All right, there's no comedy there. Let's move on to you. How are you, man? You got very.
What's going to offer over here, man? Sorry, sorry.
What the fuck? I didn't even understand that, man. What accent are you speaking?
The normal one.
The normal one. What is normal? Pray tell.
You're stepping on thin ice. I know.
You're a little bit blonde to be calling things normal.
Exactly, that's the whole thing.
All right, man. Take this. You talk to me, all right? Fuck everybody else. You're having a conversation with me, sir. What is your name?
Joshua Aaron White.
Joe. I'm probably gonna guess your whole name, man. Ending with white. All right, that's all I got for you guys, man. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Corey Herrera! All right, we got a special treat as we do many weeks, not all weeks, some weeks, it depends. She's been very nice to all of us here. She's been very accommodating. The most important thing for all of us to do tonight is to tip this woman. And she's gonna tell you some jokes. Maybe for free, maybe you can tip her more if you like her jokes. Her name is Sarah. She's been your bartender all night. Give it up for Sarah.
If I'm going on tips for jokes, I'm not gonna get any tips. Damn it. No, just kidding. So it's good to see everybody again. Yeah, I realize people come up to me sometimes and they're like, are you a dog person or are you a cat person? And I've come to realize I think I'm a cat person. Because most of the dogs I've owned are the same names as my exes, and it was completely unplanned. Like I dated a Charlie, I've dated a Melvin, and I've even dated Fico, you know? But it's all nice, you know? That's no one's uncle, just so you guys know. And Gay Pride, happy it's Gay Pride Week, woo, or woo, whatever it is. And I was laughing because I was going and walking down the streets, and you hear conversations, and I hear these ignorant fools walking through, like, why did you come in Pride? You know, like, what? You know what street you're walking on? I totally see all kinds of colors. We told you. Anyways, person's walking, and they're like, I just can't believe men put on dresses and just go out there. And I'm like, she's probably jealous because he's wearing that better than you. But that's just what I think. But it was funny because, like, she ended up at the same place that I was at, and her husband was complaining. And he's like, honey, are you going to watch Toddlers and Tiaras tonight? And I just started busting up, and I was like, let me get this straight. So you're against drag queens, but you'll dress up a 3-year-old like one, and it's totally fine? I just don't get that shit. I never will. Yeah, but that's what I think about that. Found out another truth about myself, which is embarrassing. I guess I talk a lot during sex. God knows I talk a lot here. I've talked all your ears off. But at least when I do it, I'll tell you how to save money with your car insurance. You know, I make it constructive and it's important. I don't do those moans and no babies. I'm like, yo, if you put your mortgage onto this rate, you'll be fine. Check it out, bro. It's good shit. Also, gas is so bad right now. I'm having to do the placebo effect for fucking everything. Instant coffee. Don't do it. The crystals are not worth it. You know, try to smoke hemp instead of weed. Fucking sad, bro. Fucking sad. So, like, if you're doing the same shit, I feel you out there, but just don't go to the far back of ramen because we're in our 30s, guys. Our blood sugar level's gonna fucking shoot up. Our salts, don't do it. It's not good for anybody. Also, speaking of dating, the guy that I had to break up with recently, I guess people just don't care anymore. He labeled me as green eyes in his phone, you know? I was like, damn, there's only 2% of us in the world. Shit, that really narrows it down, you know? Also, I hate it when guys get dressed up in a suit and start doing selfies and you realize they're just going to court. That's always great. You know, that makes me super sad. And then another thing that kills me is one of my guy friends the other day, he's like, yeah, I hooked up with a chick, but she gave me a handful of crystals and rocks. And I'm like, dude, she likes you. I'm honest. So with that, that's my jokes, guys.
Okay, guys, we had a really fun night. And we've learned a lot of things, haven't we? We've learned a lot of things. Dylan, what have we learned tonight? Well, have we learned that if you bring the whole audience, you get the headline? Is that not what we've learned? And you know what's even more exciting? Is we've all done such a good job tonight that we've got someone to decide they want to do comedy for their first time ever. And it's one of your friends. Remember how I'm going to convince someone at this table that they're going to do comedy tonight? Guess who gets to open for you on your headlining night? Everybody in the room, give it up for Vivian!
Good evening, y'all. This is a first for me. I've never done comedy before, and I've only seen it twice. But on my way in, no joke, not one, not two, not three people, but four asked if I was performing tonight, and I've taken it as a sign. That is continuing on with the theme of the day, where I was asked by a stranger if I did theater. And I said, no, why do you ask? And he said, oh, you just have theater kid energy. And I have never been more offended in my life. I am a former theater kid, however, so whatever. I want to tell you guys a little story about my childhood, because it's all the material I have. So, as I'm sure you all know, Santa Fe is a pretty small town. We all know each other. We're all friends with our bartenders and our doctors and all that such. Real fun to have personal friends know personal medical information about you that you would not like to share with the world. Anyway, something to know about me is I had a really interesting childhood. I grew up on a ranch, and my parents are sex ed teachers. That's going to be important later. So, I am chronically ill. It's a super fun thing to be. Anyway, when I was 13, I almost died of pneumonia and got prescribed amoxicillin. A great drug. We all love antibiotics. Anyway, I take this amoxicillin. I'm home alone, 40 minutes out of town, 40 minutes away from the nearest hospital. Take this drug. I start hallucinating. I'm 13. I don't know what's happening. I'm hallucinating. So I call my mom. Hey, Mom, I can't see. I'm hallucinating, and I'm throwing up. I'm throwing up everywhere. I've also eaten 2 full sleeves of saltine crackers, assuming, oh, well, I'm sick, I should be eating saltines, that's what you do. Anyway, she's driving like a bat out of hell up this 9-mile dirt road. It's supposed to take 40 minutes, she does it in 15. She gets there just after the ambulance. The ambulance shows up, picks me up, they put me on this stretcher, and they've got to get me to the ambulance outside of this ranch, which is just a long stretch of flagstone. Anyway, as they are moving me down the flagstone in this stretcher gurney thing, I projectile vomit on the newbie, the new paramedic. The older one was smart enough to sidestep it a little bit and let it get all over the new guy. Fun fact about this older paramedic, he's best friends with my mom. They drink together at the brewery all the time, and he has a glass eye. It's not good important information, but it's just fun. Anyway, this new paramedic is the one who's sitting in the back with me on this 9-mile stretch. They're pumping me full of God knows what, lots of saline and lots of other drugs. And I am very loopy, but they're for some reason trying to keep me awake. I don't know the details. I was loopy. And I'm asked to sing to this strange man. Super fun. I think I start singing Disney songs. I've, at this point, never seen a Disney movie, but chronic theater kid. And singing Disney songs at moments when I don't need to be. Anyway, as we are driving down the road, once we get to the hospital, I'm getting taken care of. I'm asleep for all of this. Turns out the nurse also knows my parents because he talks to them about his BDSM sex life and is treating their 13-year-old child. Super fun. Anyway, again, no jokes, but it's a fun little story from my childhood. Thank you all.
Hooray! Millions! See, just like that, someone's life is forever changed, and she'll never get that high again, but she's gonna keep chasing this dragon for years and years to come. Maybe like 15 years from now, she's in like Espanola hosting their open mic. Hey guys! I got into this years ago. Oh, a table of impressionable 19-year-olds. Let's get you into this nightmare world of comedy. You ready, Dylan? Dalen? Dalen. My roommate was Dylan. I call him Dylan all the time. You guys know. Okay.
Yeah.
This kid knows everything. He's your personal encyclopedia, right? You guys are the friend here for the. Hey Tim, your name's Tim now. Hey Tim, why? What's this band from the '70s? Sorry. Guys, you came here tonight to see Dalen tell jokes, and he's gonna do that right now. Give it up for Dalen, last name Newton! There's a bunch of Newtons here, aren't there? They're really very mad. Yeah, it's a room of Newtons. Like Big Newton.
What was the whole thing? Where there's a reaction, there's an equal and opposite reaction, you know?
Yeah.
So a lot of people came here tonight to hear me say some jokes, and there was also another comedian up here saying that a quality of being a comedian is being honest and all that. I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm full of shit. You shouldn't believe it, a thing that comes out of my fucking mouth. Like, a lot of things I'm gonna say never even fucking happened. My name's Dalen. No, it's not fucking Dalen. My first name's Hanson. I just go by Dalen. Lovely name. I absolutely love it. Speaking of being full of shit, like, last night, there was this lovely little place over there down the street called Roots and Leaves. They got a stuff called kava. I did a lot of shots of it. It was the most lovely, like, swamp water I ever drank, ever. The only thing it was missing was the humidity, the mosquitoes, and the malaria. But, you know, it was still great to drink. But I was so nauseated, I could not drive back home. I had to stay at my friend Steven's place over here. I slept on the couch. Well, it was more like a power nap. I was up until 2 in the morning with insomnia. I fell asleep for an hour, and then I woke up at fucking like 4 or whatever. And then, you know, that's how my day was. I woke up, I took a shit, and then I got out of this couch. Yeah, no. You should probably check that, by the way. That's the only thing I'm gonna be honest about tonight. But yeah, didn't do anything with the rest of my day, and just looking forward to coming here. So thank you for having me, by the way. This is incredibly nervous with all the people here. Yeah, on to the bit. Yeah, man, this week was fucking weird. Thanks to this guy over here, my lovely little brother. Like late at night, we had dinner early that night. Lovely beef stroganoff. Well, it was Brazilian style, but you know, someone's calling me. It's like mean earlier. Thank you for that. I work, you know, like you could tell. But we went. Thank you for laughing at that. That boosts my confidence. But we went to Sonic's, you know, and my brother he wants to order this one drink at Sonic's and stuff. So he gets me this order, and I'm like, the guy hears us arguing, and I'm like, I'm not gonna say that to the polite dude over the mic. And he's like, we're not going anywhere until I get this drink. So I'm like, sir, can I have one medium of the pinkety drinkety? And the guy just starts losing his shit, and I'm like, you motherfucker, you told me there was a pinkety drinkety at Sonic's. You lost that trust. There is no fucking pinkety drinkety. And it's like, you know, there's tons of weird menus and shit nowadays too. It's like I was honestly more surprised there wasn't a lemonade called a pinkety drinkety and stuff. Like, there's anyone here familiar with boba tea? Anyone drink boba tea? Like, raise your hands. No one? All right, I just did you all of folks. People just raise their hand, never let them pick where to eat. Never ever. But yeah, I was in Albuquerque. Just finished up with orientation. I was sitting in a room for 5 hours, being like, "This is what you gotta do for financial aid." It's like, "Oh great, I'm still gonna be poor." That's perfect. But yeah, so I stopped by the mall. I wanted to get some boba tea. I was looking at the strange menus and all that. It's like, oh, they got tons of different flavors. There's raspberry pomegranate and stuff. Nice little green tea. So I looked at that. I was like, "Hey, can I get the raspberry pomegranate, please? And thank you, sir." It was like, "Oh, you mean the buck naked tea, sir?" I'm sorry, what? Oh, the buck naked tea, sir. That's the raspberry pomegranate flavoring. He's like, okay, maybe we'll go with something else, you know. And I'm looking at all these different flavors and stuff, and it's just, I cannot bring myself to say any of that out loud. So I point at that one, you know, you don't know what the fuck I'm pointing at though. It was kiwi strawberry though. So he asked me, what size do you want, sir, for the kiwi strawberry? I'm like, just give me whatever the large is. And he's like, oh, you want a smooch? You know, he was getting full of himself because he did the whole like finger thing, and he's like, turn the lid, it's like, you want a smooch? And he's like, oh, that's our sizes, sir. We have kisses, hugs, and smooches, small, medium, and large. And I was like, okay, just give me the large, please. It's like there's tons of people behind here, and I'm just, my manhood can't take this, man. My confidence is crumbling here. So, and you know, they got the whole tapioca balls and stuff like that, you know. So they got this like little scoop system. I'm like, you know, tell me what the different flavors are. He starts marketing it towards me, like upselling it and all that with so you would talk about him, sir. No, I'm not going any fucking further with this. Not at all. You ain't gonna know anything about this. I came here for a fucking green tea and a fucking interview on my sex life. So I'm just like, just give me the green tea. Give me that. And it's like, so I'm just waiting there. I'm ready to grab it and fucking dash. It's like, I just don't want to talk to this guy anymore. I just can't handle it anymore. And like, he puts it there. I grab the tea, and it's like, it's got an iron grip. It's like, Jesus Christ. And he goes, 1 flirty kisses in the nude for Dalen Newton. Just had to say that. I miss you. Lovely. Just lovely. Is it this thing? Y'all can hear me, right? Yeah. If you don't mind, I was hoping to do a mic check real quick. Is there any mics in the crowd? Any mics? Hey, you want to come up here real quick, man? No? Ah, man, that's shit. Well, that concludes the mic check and half of my skit. But yeah, you know, I just get urges like that to do stuff like that, you know, like, you can talk to my last manager back in Buffalo Wild Wings. Like, I just get these strange, like, fucking ghost story shit going on. Like, one time he walked into the kitchen, it was a slow Wednesday and stuff, and he just sees me standing over the fryers with this 20-pound bag of ice, and he's like, yeah, what are you doing? He's like, the fryers are talking to me. They're like, oh, Dalen, I'm so famished. Feed me 20 pounds of ice. I'm just standing there, I'm like, I don't want to make a scene. It's like, but this man, this little old fryer here, he deserves a warrior's death. Of course, my manager stops me because, you know, that would have been a fucking geyser if I fucking dumped the bag in there and stuff. But yeah, that's it. I was really expecting you to come up, bro.
You gotta pace yourself, man.
Dalen. All right, do you want to know how a blazer works? Do you want to know like the formula for it? You got to start strong with a really good like joke that lets people know who you are. Like, remember we did that whole thing about how my name's Million, and then you looked like an idiot a little bit. And I got to do that. Yeah, that was great. And then, you know, you do your whole set, you do all your other jokes, and then you tell them a story. Like a couple weeks ago, I went for a hike, right, up into the mountains. Yeah. And I, you know, I like to go up there to smoke a joint. It's nice. It was still like, it was like March. It was still like kind of icy. And I get up there, and I'm just getting to the top. And there's this dude sitting there. And I'm smoking a joint. I'm trying to hide it from him. And I realize he's fucking smoking a joint too. I'm like, oh man, we're gonna be friends now. That's great. You know, his name's Pat. And we meet. Tim gets this. I don't know why he called you Steven, but like Tim. So I meet this guy Pat, and we're smoking a joint. We're having a great time. And he heads up to the top, right? He slips just a little bit. And right when I had met him, you know, he did the whole like, yeah, $1 million dude thing, you know. And he slips and he's falling off. I catch him and drag him back, right? We're sitting there on the cliff together. He goes, oh, thanks. Thanks $1 million. Shoved him back off the fucking cliff. Because that's what you do. Everyone gets one. See what I'm saying? And that's what you do. You make a big closer at the end and you tell it correctly without fucking it up like I just did. And then everyone else in the room laughs too. And then you're doing well, dude, I'm glad you're coming out. You're doing a really good job. You were a really good sport about tonight and the fact that you made you fucking late. Next time I host, I can go up whatever the fuck you want. I'm dead serious about that. You were a fucking good dude about it. Thank your friend, whatever. There you go. Thank you for coming up. First timers, is Dave still here? Do we still have Dave Smith? Did he like go home? And all right. Well, remember Dave? He went up for his first time too. That was pretty exciting. We all got to share that with Dave. Thank you guys in the back for putting up with this just because you love Dalen so much. Thank you guys for, not being able to get into any other fucking bars. So, like, if you can go play Fortnite. So, I think we had a good time. I think I did a great job. So, if you think I did a great job, give more money to the people who actually work here for a living, because they got bills to pay, and I'm just some fucking loser. Give it up for Wayward Comedy. Look us up on waywardcomedy.com, YouTube, Facebook. We got shows every first Friday at Tumbleweed. We're going to be coming out with some new shows at different places. Everybody's hustling. Corey's got a comedy album, CH Comedy, CH Comedian on Instagram. He was very funny. He entertained all of you. You should give him some fucking money, some of your parents' money. So, thank you all for coming out every Wednesday. Ryan wants to tell you something.
Forrest,
That's right, that's you, buddy.
come up here to the camera and say hi to Bonnie. Hell yeah,
Bonnie
man.
wants to know
It's a little surprise.
He's not being held captive. He's doing this of his own volition. You want a newspaper that proves that was today? All right, Tim and Dalen, all of you, Mr. White.
Why does everyone call me that?
Because there's a team. Do you know how long people fucking called me Napoleon Dynamite? You know what I mean? Like, my hair gets poofy when it gets long. You live with it for 10 years, and then you look like you grow into it. That's just how it goes. Eventually it'll fit, and you'll learn to be condescending about it. Stop watching YouTube. Bye-bye.